Welcome to this video tutorial on Yellow Jacket Release 16. In this tutorial, you're going to learn how to navigate the new user interface. You're going to learn how to easily search, sort, and filter your commission records. You'll understand how to access actions waiting on you and actions waiting on others, as well as a whole host of other tabs and commission data records. You'll understand how to identify your unpublished records more easily, as well as how to export commission data to Excel. So the focus of Yellow Jacket Release 16 has very much been around the new user interface and improved system performance. The tool is quicker than ever before, and the new user interface focuses on both the My Portal page as well as the Commission homepage. These improvements make viewing, searching, sorting, filtering, and exporting vital commission data easier than ever before. The new UI includes a redesigned tabular layout, providing much clearer navigation for users. It includes a much enhanced in-page search function and enhanced ability to sort and filter the data. There are new customizable layouts with the ability to move and hide your column headings within each tab. It's really quick to export data directly from the tabs into Excel. There is a new administration tab for system administrators, allowing you to easily identify outstanding commission records. And there's an enhanced observation and action report with a selection of new parameters which is now made available to all users. So let's have a look at some of those changes in more detail. So most people will be familiar with the existing version of Yellow Jacket. This is the My Portal page, and it's the UI that is very much going to be changing in Release 16. What isn't changing is the ability to access your commissions and edit the list, as well as the inputs on the left-hand side for your reports and helpful links. So let's have a look at what that change actually looks like at the My Portal level. So you've still got the currently displaying list where you can access your commissions as well as edit the list, and the inputs on the left remain the same. But what you can see has changed is this new tabular layout. It defaults to actions waiting on you. So each time you log into Yellow Jacket, the first thing you will see is those actions which are requiring you to take action. That may be actions to resolve or actions to close out. You can see there are several other tabs, including a new tab, Actions Waiting on Others, as well as Observations, Inspections, Audits, Third-Party Inspections, Incidents, and the Administration tab. The Administration tab is only accessible by system administrators. These tabs are consistent at both the My Portal and also at the Commission homepage. So this is what the Commission homepage used to look like, with your latest observations in the center of the page, the ability to identify your open actions on the right and your unpublished records, as well as the commission name at the top and the inputs on the left, including your input to commission info, reports, and helpful links. The areas highlighted in green are those which are remain the same, but it's those areas in red which are fundamentally changing in the new user interface. So let's have a look at each of those tabs in turn, starting with actions waiting on you. These are your personal actions, actions that you may have sent to yourself or actions sent from other colleagues as well as other contractors. It's really easy to identify those actions and access them clicking on the hyperlinks on both the action ID as well as the action summary. It includes details of the due date, as well as the risk rating, i.e. medium, high, and very high risk. It includes a new field called required action. This makes it easier than ever before to understand what action you need to take. Essentially, there are two types of actions: those actions which are new and require you to resolve them, and those actions which you raised yourself and someone else has responded to that action and you now require to close it out. So those two types of actions are more easily distinguishable using this new field. You've also got the action details shown there as well. On each tab, it defaults to open actions observations, inspections only. If you do want to include closed data, then all you've got to do is click on the closed box, and that will filter for all actions on that page. Okay, so let's move on to actions waiting on others. So these are the actions that you have sent to individuals and you are waiting their response. So it's much easier than ever before to identify actions which have not yet been responded to. This page includes the RAG status, allowing you to easily identify actions which are both open, closed, or now overdue. You've got the required action, which in most cases is going to require that person to resolve the action that you have sent them. And it easily identifies both the organization and the person that must act. Moving on to the All Actions tab. These are all actions raised on the commission, not just by yourself, but by every user on that project within your company and within a supply chain as well. If you are a subcontractor to a main contractor, you will only see the actions on this tab that relate to your organization. Again, it defaults to open actions. So you can see here, I've got 20 open actions on this particular commission. What I can do is use the enhanced search function to easily filter the data on this report. So if I search for James, you can see it identifies the 4 actions sat with James Smith at BRE SmartSite. I can also export that action very easily to Excel, just clicking on the Export Excel button, and that information is then available in Excel for further analysis, and maybe I can email it to that individual. Okay, let's move on to the Observations tab. So these are all observations on the project which are linked to your organization. It includes both the observation ID and also the observation summary with the hyperlinks to allow you to easily navigate to the details. It also includes the observation creator, which was not previously visible on the Commission homepage, as well as the observation type. Moving on to the Inspections tab, this includes both published and unpublished records. So unpublished records would include those inspections which have been scheduled but not completed or published, as well as completed inspections which have not been published. Again, if you want to include closed inspections on this tab, then just remember the closed feature. Moving on to audits, this, just like inspections, includes both published and unpublished records. The main difference with an audit is that it has to be closed out as well as completed and published. So any open audits which haven't been closed by the auditor will remain as an open published record on that commission. Moving on to the third-party inspections tab, this is very similar to audits and inspections, includes records of all uploaded third-party inspections. Again, similar to audits, third-party inspections do need to be closed out by the owner of that record. So you can easily identify those records which are open and those records which are closed. Okay, so moving on to the Incidents tab next, this tab will have limited access. Only incident managers will be able to view all the incident records on a particular commission. The only records that a general user will be able to view are those records created by that user. It includes the incident creation date, the actual incident date, and also the closure date. It includes both published and unpublished incident records, as well as whether those incidents have been closed out or are open. Just like audits, incidents must be closed out on the system once all related actions have been completed. It also includes details of the incident type, such as is it an injury, a near miss, or damaged property, as well as the actual severity. Okay, so let's move on to the final tab, the Administration tab. This tab is only available to system administrators. It lists all outstanding commission records, which prevent that commission from being archived on that company account. You can see here in this example, there are 244 open records on this particular commission. Those open records include observations with actions that haven't yet been closed out, as well as the open actions, as well as the unpublished inspection records, also open audits and incidents as well. The details on the screen allow an administrator to easily identify the contact for each of those records who they can follow up with to get that record closed on the system. Okay, so let's move on now to some of the new functionality within each of these tabs. First of all, let's focus on the ability to sort and filter for data. It's very easy to do. All you have to do is click on the ellipsis icon, which will allow you to filter the information on any of those tabs. So you can see I can filter by both ascending and descending order, as well as remove some of the risk ratings from my report. I can also remove the column headings which I'm not interested in by simply unchecking the relevant tick boxes and click apply, which will simplify the report, just displaying the information that I'm most interested in. There's also a new multi-data sort function, which allows you to sort on multiple columns within the same tab. So here we are on the actions waiting on others tab, and I have the ability to sort both by risk rating, by due date, as well as the status and the required action. Okay, so let's move on now to one of the other important changes in release 16. We've implemented new security rules for users accessing their commissions on a Yellow Jacket account. Users used to be able to access any commissions within a company account. That has now been restricted, whereby a user can only access a commission if they have been associated with that commission. This is a task undertaken by the commission manager from the commission admin menu, as shown here on the left-hand side. So the commission manager needs to associate all relevant staff to the commission in order for those users to access commissions going forward in the future. So only those commissions which a user has been associated with will appear in that user's Edit the List page. If you click on Edit the List and no records are available, then do contact your commission manager to make sure that you are associated to the relevant commissions that you need access to. Please note as well, for users that currently have access to a commission but have not been associated with it, they will continue to have access to those commissions as long as they do not go into the Edit This List page and click Save and Close. Once you've ticked all the commissions that you want access to, you'll see those commissions appear in the drop-down list just like before. You can click on that commission name, which will take you to the commission page. You can then click on the pin to home symbol to make that commission your home page. Okay, so moving on, let's now have a look at some of the live functionality in release 16. So when you log in, it will take you to the My Portal page and it will default to the Actions Waiting on You tab. It's very easy to expand the information on these tabs, just like that. You can also click on the tabs and move them around. So if you want to customize the view and include the information that's most relevant to you at the very front of the report, then you can. You can also double click on the tabs and the headings to sort that data. So you can see here the risk rating is sorted from very high to the lower medium risk actions, but I can sort on that. I can also sort on date as well. So just expanding that, you can see I've now got a sort on these 3 columns. By clicking on that, I can easily unsort that data as well. If you want to hide some of the columns and simplify your report, just click on the ellipsis icon, click on columns, and then just ticking on the headings that you are not so interested in, and click apply. That displays all the information on that page, including when it was created, the risk rating for my action, the due date for the action, what action I need to take, and the summary. Let's have a look at some of the other tabs now, moving on to the actions waiting on others tab. As I said earlier, this is a new tab which easily identifies the actions that you have raised and are waiting on other people to action. I'm currently at the My Portal level, so these are actions across all the commissions that I may be working on. And you can see here are the people to act and the actions I have sent to those people, and also the required action that those people must take. If I want to sort or filter this report, let's say by a certain person, then I can just start typing David into that search bar, and you can see it identifies the 2 actions sat currently with David Spencer. Okay, let's move on to the inspections tab now. And this shows me I'm still at the My Portal level. These are my inspections only. And you can see here, these are my unpublished inspections. So if you like to schedule your inspections in advance on Yellow Jackets, it's easier than ever before to now identify your scheduled inspections from this tab. It includes the schedule date and the actual date. I've also got the RAG status, so I can see if these inspections are now overdue or pending. If I want to include my closed inspections, then I can just click on the closed inspections box there, and I can see the total number of inspections that I've completed on this commission down here, 739. Okay, let's move on to the actual commission page now. So just like before, clicking on the currently displaying list, I can select the training commission, which will navigate to that commission. The page loading times are now much improved with the improved performance from this new UI. Again, it will take you directly to the actions waiting on you tab, where I can see the actions date, the creation date, the due date, and the risk rating. Again, I can easily double click and filter to my very high risk, and medium risk actions. This is the required action that I need to take. So again, it's a lot easier now to identify actions that are waiting on you to resolve, as well as actions you now need to close out. So let's look at the observations tab. Again, this includes open observations on the project. You can see the creator of the observation, as well as the summary of the observation, the organization, and observation types. Okay, so by including closed observations on the commission, you can see here I've got over 7,000 observations on this commission. So if I'm a commission manager or a safety manager, what I may want to do is look at the trends in more detail. And one of the best ways of doing that is just to use the new enhanced search function. And if I just type scaffolding into the search function, you can see there that I've easily identified the 252 observations that have been recorded on scaffolding. If I'm interested in those observations, I can export that data into Excel and do further analysis. I can also search by people's name as well. So if you want to identify observations created by a particular person, then again, I can just search by Jane and I can see all the observations recorded and created by Jane Davis. Let's finally have a look at the administration tab. So this is the new tab available to system administrators only. It includes all open records on the commission which are preventing that commission from being archived, including the observations, as well as inspections, and also actions. and you've got the contact details here for each of those open records, allowing the administrator to easily contact that person to get that record closed out. So I do hope that tutorial has been a helpful insight into some of the new features in release 16. If you've got any feedback or questions about what you've seen in that video, please do contact the team at yellowjacket@bre.co.uk or phone us on that number. Thank you.